Yo, what is up? Today, I'm just having something exclusively for YouTube. This is going to be off stream completely, but I'm actually recording it, so hopefully the quality of it will look a lot better than normal. Essentially, I'm just going to go into Mashmak Extreme on solo, because I feel like that's just going to be the best way I can kind of showcase some of my thought process behind what I do, and go over the inputs I have set up on the controls for all the basic moves, explain how I approach terrain, why I do what I do when I do. I personally do not use mods. I personally don't intend to use them because I don't ever want to become reliant or like comfortable with the wrong stats. I do want to play in tournaments and things like that as well, so I just want to keep I want to be as comfortable with the base stats as I can be, basically. But I can definitely recommend that health and energy are going to be the two things you probably want to prioritize. As for weapons and such, you want to stay in your transform mode as much as possible, so I don't really bring any weapons. I kind of will recommend maybe bringing like a sword or someone else in your party. I really don't ever use them. I kind of just bring it as like a why not. Yeah, if anything, I would probably say maybe jamming Haze Diffuser is good because you can bring up your shield and your fluid armor, sorry, and your energy at the same time while allowing you to escape. And repair kits are always a good thing to have. And well, okay, I only have the one, but it's a tier 5 one. Probably won't use it unless I'm absolutely desperate. Outside of that, it's really just because Falcon is so reliant on their transform stage and they're so vulnerable when they're not in it. I don't have any reason to bring anything but that. And I'll just kind of right off the bat explain how everything does what it does. Of course, the left and right stick movement camera. Left pedal is the jump and fly. The right pedal is my quick boost and just boosting as a whole. The right trigger here is going to be primary fire. Just for the sake of simplicity, I have both of these set up to both be primary fire and both of these to be secondary fire. As for the front of these though, this is basically L3. This is LB, this is LT, this is my D-pad. L3 is going to be my ability to descend, and then LB, as you can see on the screen, is my radar. LT is reload, and then as for this one, it's basically the same thing but flipped. R3, so transform mode. RB, so missiles, and then RT, which I don't really have assigned to anything. It's basically just like you got a giant Xbox controller split into 3 parts, but that's the general idea of how my stuff is set up. And oh, perfect. Okay, I got an area where I start off with a repair thing, so I'm just gonna kind of sit here and farm whatever shows up. Now, the reason you'll see me dodging even if I'm not in danger is just because you never know when someone could be looking on at you, and you're gonna get energy back so fast anyways. There's also sniper turrets in a lot of areas. On solo, if you're not a healer, you want to be attention of where they are at all points and all time, and what enemies have them. I've noticed actually the enemies use modular weapons as well, so you may see one with like an auto beam cannon or something, and you just have to be careful not to let them snipe you too many times because that's direct health. Now, one thing that I'm trying to work on, hopefully as in the future you will see me with better missile discipline. Falcon players, I think your heavy missile is going to be, like, when you use it is going to be the difference in a kill or not getting a kill. Most of the mobs are fairly straightforward. The one that I feel like is the most difficult are something like these where they have the sniping capabilities like that. Which, even though sometimes I don't even know what they want me to do to dodge that stuff. Because, like, I was actively doing the barrel roll, and I still took that hit. The downward spiral, since its energy consumption has been nerfed, I do not use it as much as some people do. A lot of people like to stay in it, and I really think that's dangerous, especially at higher elos. Because players who know what they're doing, that one is the most predictable out of all the moves, in my opinion. And wow, I'm surprised he went after me that quickly. I mainly use it to animation cancel more than anything. I think that is more of its utility than, like, I mean, for sure, if you have someone you can just rain Hellfire down on, go for it, right? I'm kind of torn. I will use this. I think this one has 3 uses if I'm not mistaken. If not, oh well. But rather be safe than sorry. And I know where this is on the map. You need to just pull up your map. Abandoned factory. So I know there's a repair kit at the abandoned factory. Now, as for how I move around the area, if I'm not thinking, actually aware of my surroundings, I will probably be low to the ground. As a Falcon, you would think you want to be in the air a lot, but that just makes you an open target. You want to be using the terrain to your advantage at all points. If you can put things between you and the enemy in any capacity, that is to your benefit, especially as a Falcon who is not trying to burn through your reserves. I'm sure some of y'all have seen in the 2v1 fight I had with the Falcon and the Sky Raider. Using the top of the mountains is one of my favorite things to do. And just as a whole, you will constantly see me in any game mode, anything, just going and staying low to the ground unless there's an Aquila or something up in the air to kill. I'll rain hell from above, then go back down into it. You want to dip and dive and just use canyons like you're on some Ace Combat level stuff. Also, I would say find cover before you check your map. Don't be like I was just a minute ago and blindly looking around while in the middle of the air. There's two things to the west. The large auto splitter things are more of a dynamic fight than the drilling rigs. Those things are just like, once you kill all the grinder wheels, which are quite a threat, honestly, all you do is just have a giant damage sponge there. I really think that the health it has right now should be like the 3-player health, and they need to lower the single-player health because it just, you just stand there and shoot it endlessly. It's not very engaging. Invigorating. I would kind of like if these guys were buffed too, because I was hoping the crystal corruption would make them a little bit stronger, but they're still just as easy to kill. Troop ships, I do recommend taking them out though, because there is some fancy jetpack wings you can get for your character, your pilot, and you have to destroy 900 of these things to do so. I noticed that the enemies actually have modular weapons, and you can tell what the enemy's using. This thing has the auto beam cannon, I'm pretty sure right now. Oh, okay, and we now have the most threatening enemy currently in Mashmak, in my opinion. This thing will mess you up, and you have to be very, very aware of its patterns and lasers, because it has basically 4 attacks. Or it has a sniper a fire attack that will shoot like 4 or 5 times in a row, and it hurts so bad. You do not want to be hit by it, just trust me. If you can at all costs, just avoid staying in front of it. Try to stay on top of it or right below it, because that sniper fire hurts so bad. It also summons these little drones, which aren't as annoying as it is, but they can chip away through your fluid armor, so be careful. I meant to animation cancel there, but it didn't let me for some reason. Alright. Yeah, as for what I collect, I don't really typically grab the purple ones. I really only go for gold. The reason for that is because I don't really have them sell very often on the marketplace, while the flawless ones, one time I sold it and went back to check it and it was immediately sold. If I can find the clip, I'll add it, but I have no idea where that was during that stream. And take note of this, you never know how long ago this happened. Mobs or NPCs do disappear after some time. So if you find a body you can loot within a certain time frame, the enemy has been there. Little things like that just take into account, because it will be the difference between you getting jumped or not sometimes, or you even having the upper hand trying to hunt someone down. I'm still just staying low to the ground. Plus, it's so much prettier. Look at these waterfalls and stuff. Like I love taking the rivers. Mashmak really is just like, I'm so glad they had this mode, but I still really think that this needs a PvE only version for the people who don't want to have to worry about getting jumped by another squad of players or one player. Though I say low to the ground, I will say keep your eyes to the sky every now and then, because other players, I find people just hanging out in the air all the time. As for maneuvers and stuff, if you're under fire, use stuff like this, and then misdirect. Don't always follow them, especially when you have multiple outlets like this. You could go left here, you go right here, you keep going straight. Throw them off. Don't be predictable. If you follow a path that's predictable, you're gonna get predicted. You're gonna get caught in Aquila fire, Narukami fire, or something, right? So remember to keep people on their toes. The thing with Falcons is being sporadic and being unpredictable. I try to change up what I'm doing a lot, and not even like the upward versus the downward. I especially I try to kind of keep it in reserve, for either fast, getting behind cover really quickly. Like if I was being chased right here, bam, right? Like I was getting chased from that direction, or right here, right? That's kind of stuff I would do. If I don't think the terrain is tall enough to protect me from fire, I would try to not do that though, because as soon as you land, you're targetable, and a Quila multi-shot lock, things like that, it can catch you quick. Even NPCs, I feel like are great to practice this kind of stuff on with the terrain, doing stuff like this. Just throwing off its trajectory. There's all, like, even here in this small space, you have so much you could do with. Like if this was a 1v1 with an Elisnus, a Welkin, you would need to be using all of this to your advantage. The fact that you can move through all of this so much more fluidly than anybody else. There are so many pockets and gaps where you can get through faster than they can. If they're melee dashing at you, like, find a way to break the path. All right, A is open. I could go there and just... So here's the thing. You could be a bully, and you could just go and fight people going for A just for the rewards. That is totally a strat. I try typically not to, but in solo, I am a little bit more greedy. I'm not even gonna lie. There's probably a lot of players who are just trying to like do stuff with their friends, but the solo players, you know, it's a dog eat dog world. It's Falcon eat Falcon world. Sure, even though I probably am never gonna use that weapon during this, but pay attention to your map. Pay attention to your map. We see this panther eyeing me. If I did not pay attention to my map right there, that probably could have ended badly for me. We see that they're using a modular weapon, so I'm gonna keep my distance and keep running. And I want to make sure my Ian's in good condition when I approach this guy. Now, your radar is great, right? But it also makes you very visible. So keep in mind what's happening. So I had two enemies. These are two. Okay, so the Panther's to my left. I was wondering who that was. That was something else happening there. Remember, the reason you Panther especially you want to be aware of and have full energy of, they have energy packs. They can come back and cycle through. Alright, let's see what you're doing. Oh, see another enemy? Alright. There are 3 people near here then. And hey, you can pit them against each other if you need to. So this Panther, you know he's gonna be going for those. You want to descend when you... Not that, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do a downward descent, but moments like this, great for showing how you need to break the pathing. Eventually he's gonna burn up on that ammo, by the way, so you can just keep doing this. Alright, that's his last shield. That thing hits hard, so be careful of it. If you see you're taking more damage, if you know your next shot's gonna break your shield, don't f with it. Fall back. I'm trying to bait him right now because I know he's gonna be getting this energy back and shield back. Make sure, I'm sorry, I'm getting hyper focused right now because I'm trying to make sure I stay alive. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure to use those barrel rolls. Once you learn how to throw them like that, you'll be able to do some cool tricks like that. Also, don't forget that after you do it, you can still descend and ascend. So, though you don't want to do it before you actually start spinning, after you start spinning, you can descend and ascend. Also, this guy's just getting lit up by everything. I got hit. I'm really surprised it hit me. And it may be a long, drawn-out fight, but if that's what it takes, that's what you guys to be. Should have gone better. Now, this Panther is in killing range of me. If I get hit by that lance once, I'm dead. So I have to be very, very careful here. That could have been the death of me right there. And Rotlion. I don't know how much ammo this guy has on that thing, but he must. He must have like an inventory full. I swear. I've never seen that thing have that much ammo. All right.
Energy low. Heads up. New core pulse storm detected.
Interesting tactic. Let's see if it pans out. Sorry to make an example of whoever that was, but for the sake of this, you know, I kind of had to. The extraction point is up here too. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sneak over here, try to get this repair thing without anything hopefully hitting me. Alright. There's definitely people fighting for this point already. I see Aquila there. That was stupid of me. Don't do what I just did. This is why I don't swap weapons mid-fight. Bro, why is the NPC? Why are they helping the Tricera? Oh, that was sweaty. Oh, and it was understandably sweaty. Okay. So, don't play that as stupidly as I did, but hey, it managed to work out, right? That was all I had for tonight on that one. That was a crazy run. I'll let y'all at least see what's in the box. What's inside the box? Come on, something good. Oh, we got the finally a Misa Matrix. What does this one look like? I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna sell this one. Oh, that looks really good on Narukami, especially with this. Wow. Anyways, Thank you all for watching.
Don't play as risky as I did. You keep playing them guerrilla tactics, hit and run, hit and run, hit and run, hit and run, and eventually you'll slowly take him down like I did with that Panther and that Tricera. And yeah, outside of that, just best of luck to everyone out there. Sorry if I took you out on the battlefield, but that's just the way the game goes sometimes, huh? All right, much love. Take care now. Peace.